off of me. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and this is Peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. You matter, you're worthy. Don't let the haters dim your light. We ain't the same. G-O-D, but miracles in your life. Never dim your life. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. No competition when it comes to believing. F-A-I-T-H. You matter, you worthy. Believe in your faith. Don't dim your light. Because your mistakes, they ain't gonna root you on. Be your biggest cheerleader. Being strong, go with them. They never understand your intelligence. You matter, you're worthy. Your mom and pops gave up on you. They not love you, respect you, protect you, but you are worthy. Elevate, elevate. When you fall from the head, neighbor, 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 don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Don't dim your light. Gotta go. Stop the violence. Naya? What's up, Peace? You think I could come back later? Of course. Gotta go! Stop the violence! You matter, you worthy. I'm peace, I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Alright, gotta go! I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say respectfully, never give up on yourself when someone doesn't see potential within you. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooks you. Never overlook yourself because someone did not love you, respect you, or protect you. They didn't know how to pour into you. You poured into the wrong cup, but you matter, you're worthy. To the genuine ones only, and I say this respectfully, my content is not for everyone. It's not. No, that's a trait though, but I ain't pushing God on nobody, but hold on 1 second. You go find the same as somewhere else. Watch me, disturb your peace. That's really something really going on. Ta-ta! No, the trait though, if you have a dinner, you got something mentally disturbed going on at the end of the day, because you're picking and choose who you want to be bullied, those forward at the end of the day. Have this mindset of lack of self-control when you can go find your own discipline, your own lane. Here's the trait though for me. Project and cause rejection. My content is not for everyone. I may not be entertaining to the average person, but my content is not for everyone. It's not. To the genuine ones with intentions, I say this respectfully. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. Never give up on yourself because someone wants to dim your light. Never give up on yourself because someone wants you to lack self-confidence. Never give up on yourself because someone wants you to have poor judgment of loving yourself, and understand that you can actually see your reflection when it comes to unconditional love. Balance, that energy is different. Healing trauma and pain would never be an overnight process, but you matter and you're worthy. Just because someone did not love you, respect you, protect you, or meet you halfway, or pour into you, doesn't mean dim your light. And I say it respectfully. They wasn't cheering for you, but you became your biggest cheerleader. Never give up on yourself. I may not make sense to the average person, but my content is not for everyone. Here's the trait on me, dumbass. I said what I said. My content, everybody, that's okay. And it's not a crime to be authentic. I ain't hurting myself or others around me. Hello? My content, everybody, and that's okay. You watch me disturb your peace. That sounds real personal. Put yourself on pause and go continue to fight there. I hope you find yourself and find peace in your own lane. Us innocent people, be our authentic self. Always be yourself. They dish you. They said that you need a tissue. They wanted you to understand the remedy. Hold on 1 second. Sneak dissing you. Understand the elevation hits different. It wasn't competition. Understand the motivation. Even when they were trying to project, hold on 1 second, a mental case on you. They wanted you to be a crash out, but you understood that you didn't have to wow out. You had chicks and dudes and different tags back there, gang stalking you right to left, hacking your devices, trying to blackmail you. Hold on 1 second, trying to dim your light, acting like they was rooting for you this whole entire time with all their lies, sneak dissing you. Disrespect was real. They was throwing spoken and toxic away. Only was hold on 1 second. You was capable of healing yourself. They would never understand that you was trying to dim your light when it comes to bettering yourself. That energy is different. We all don't gotta pretend to be authentic. It starts within when it comes to unconditional love. We don't have to pray the same, but I wasn't seeking revenge besides being a true teller that will bother someone's growth when it comes to their mental. Here they go. She's stupid, she's slow, she retarded, dumb B-I-T-6. Why she don't shut the F up? Hold on 1 second. I was just minding my business. Thank you, no thank you. I'm not for you. It took a whole group of people, 10, 20, 30, 40 people, to have a mindset at the end of the day, to be on the same page when it came to hatred, when it come to one person's conscious motivation at the end of the day. Didn't matter if you came from poverty and pain. Didn't matter if you didn't have your moms and your pops in your life at the end of the day. They would never understand how you still get up. Hold on one second. You was far from bent out of shape because that strength is different. Unconditional love. They would never understand that. Hold on one second. Carrying that baby for 9 to 6 months at the end of the day. Who would have knew that that baby would still allow you to see why you truly allowed yourself to heal, to understand that. Hold on one second. You wasn't trying to be mentally unstable because someone didn't know how to love you. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. Having a heart broke at the end of the day, only was to hold on one second. It became an even exchange. You lost me, you dim my light, diss me, disrespect me, whatever the case may be. Had a hand problem, but I wasn't trying to lose me. I wasn't trying to lose me. They like, nah, you calm down when it comes to your words. I can't hear you. Nothing straight on me. You're not for me. That's why. That energy is different. You know, you're going to have chicks and dudes that want you to dim your light, but getting distracted because someone's mental growth, hold on one second, was mentally ill, or because, hold on one second, they look at the competition when they understood that, hold on one second, I'm trying to make you mentally ill. I'm trying to project a spell on this innocent person so they won't see your intuition when they come to your life. Like, hold on one second. Confidence. When you fall from a hater, copycat, not in your vocabulary. Hold on one second, because that shit hits different at the end of the day. You know, when it comes to art, didn't matter if it was music or that poetry at the end of the day. You know, picking up a piece of paper, hold on one second, understanding your drawing is different, being authentic. They didn't understand that, hold on one second, you became somebody. Choosing yourself to understand better days not to hurt nobody. They would never understand a flow so real, being authentic. And hold on one second, I'm worthy. Hey, let's shake on the all of yourself, my constant everybody. That's okay. Never give up on yourself because someone doesn't see your potential. Never dim your light when someone disrespects you. I would never hurt myself regardless of what man or woman or child or elderly or couple at the end of the day threatens my life. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself or my peers around me. I am far from a hater. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. We all don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. Never give up on yourself regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not. Never allow someone to tell you that you're not worthy of choosing you. You know, individuals will see potential within you. Then they would sit there and try to steal your flow, hack your devices when they come to your counsel. You want to mount nothing. They want to project spell work so you won't be able to balance. Hold on one second. Your mental state at the end of the day when it comes to your financial stability. All because, hold on one second, they say God not real when God was truly keeping the real. When God revealed the devil low and the enemy. Hold on one second. All because you found balance, acknowledge your worth. They try to paint you up to be a crash out, but you was far from a mental base when you didn't have to have a straight body jacket. It'd be the train of thought for me, how they try to put you in the cycle, all because you didn't have to pretend to be authentic. It bothers someone's mental health to be high vibrational, something to come relate to at the end of how you pray. You know, we all don't pray the same. I know how to respect my neighbor. I ain't have to kick them down besides fix my crown, asking God to show me balance when it comes to how. It's Drake on the be yourself. You know my concept everybody that's okay. No, it's the trainable for me. You know, no mother or father should lose a child, or guardian should lose a child due to someone's jealousy, envy, insecurity, or someone wants to project spell or send a child the evil eye, or because someone has animosity, or someone wants to project a hate crime, or rob somebody mentally, spiritually, financially, or project spell towards somebody. Or because someone decides to change their life for the right reasons. Someone decides to walk out of someone's life because someone mistreated them. Someone had malicious intentions to bring harm to somebody. Someone thought somebody was stupid because they had a heart at the end of the day. Because someone knew how to pour into someone and someone wanted to meet someone halfway. The energy is different. Someone didn't want to pour into somebody. Somebody wanted to have an empty space within somebody at the end of the day. For them to feel like, hold on one second. You gotta count on me so I can feel irrelevant. No, the trade on me, stupid. I said what I said. The trade on me. Motherfucker want you to chase behind all types of weird shit. Go have a seat somewhere with your whack ass. No, for real. People be swearing they hot shit. Go sit down. Something hot between. Get it together. How chicks and dudes will try to control you mentally. Hold on one second, throwing sport chaos and confusion at the end of the day. Having chicks and dudes that you don't even have to know. You come in crossing. Hold on one second, they try to stimulate when it comes to your tax bracket, trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. Didn't matter their culture when it comes to their religion. You'll be so surprised what these folks be looking like at the end of the day. How this type of stuff actually happens when it comes to gang stalking. Hold on one second, all because your conscience is different, being motivated, actually pour into yourself. Imagine at the end of the day, you that dude on the block or chick or whatever the case may be, regardless of poverty and pain. You trying to get your life together, regardless you got a child child or not at the end of the day. Weather in a storm so you get yourself right at the end of the day. So you don't gotta worry about folks being jealous or envy at the end of the day. Hey, be the trend of thought for me. Tell us your story. You be like, hold on 1 second. I don't understand how you bounce that way. And I don't mean narcotics. My content is not for everyone. No mother or father should lose a child due to DV, hate crime, or because someone lacks self-control. Did it matter if someone was in a single-family household or not? No, because people pick and choose who they want to bully. And I say that respectfully, regardless of what type of relationship it is. You don't have to know somebody for someone to project spur towards you or send you the evil lie or have a hate train towards you at the end of the day, or for certain folks to talk to certain people and be like, you know what? I don't think this person's a good fit for you. I don't think this person should be here with you. I don't think this person is this, or that, whatever the case may be. All because they trying to dim your light. But actions speak louder than words when it comes to hold on 1 second. You never had to switch up being authentic. You wasn't a part of the hate group. They would never understand, hold on 1 second. Being real is different. We was never haters. That's the train of thought for me. I gotta go. No mother or father should have their child stripped away from them because someone lacks self-control. Because someone wants to make a mother and father life miserable. Someone doesn't want a mother and father to pour into their child good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How this type of stuff actually happens. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. My content is not for everyone. It's not. No mother or father should have to live with losing out on those chapters when a mother's a prayer warrior, a father's a prayer warrior, even if they did not know how to pray. When they look in the mirror and they look at their reflection, they see a little them. All they want them to do is live in the world, at the end of the day, being at peace. It wasn't part of nobody's script when they brought that child into this world. It wasn't part of nobody's script when God said you have a blessing in your life and you understood that, hold on 1 second, you was the miracle. You was willing to accept God's gift. Regardless if you didn't know how to love yourself, you found the tools to properly show up for you. You was becoming your best self vision of yourself because it took time, day, access to understand that, hold on 1 second, if I choose me, God would not dim my light when it comes to denying my child access to showing up for me. Energy is different. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. My content is not for everyone. Because there's mothers and fathers that don't do it for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame. They not out here energy harvesting off their child's energy. They not out here protecting spiritual, putting their child in danger and harm to rob them mentally, spiritually, or financially, or to bring harm towards them good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content is not for everyone. I do not worship the devil, and I do not project God on nobody at the end of the day because my content is not for everyone. You could go find entertainment somewhere else, because I may not be entertaining to you. No, the trade don't be entertaining purposes only. I am not insecure with a lot of respect. And my content is not for everybody. You ever been minding your business, minding your business? You ever been to a show, a poetry session, or just an outing or whatever the case may be? And the person who's hosting or whatever the case may be, y'all vibing with them, and then they start to talk about it, whatever the case may be. You decide to walk in after you done walked up a flight of stairs, after you done finished smoking a half a cigarette, whatever the hell you just did, and then ask your ass to stand up after you was about to sit down. I didn't sign for this part of the show. That's the trainer thought me stupid because you happy the hell up at the end of the day. Only for them to say, do y'all agree? First of all, we could have did this sitting down, holding hands or whatever the case may be, but you doing too goddamn much. It's the trainer thought for me. This fool decided to say at the end of the day, does anybody love themselves? Can you stand up? Everybody stands up at the end of the day. Everybody's proud to know at the end of the day, I love myself. But then you have a room of people at the end of the day, he say, they start to figure out at the end of the day. So everybody pray. Everybody started bowing their head. Hold on 1 second, I forgot to say amen. And the trade though, because everybody don't pray. No, for real. You may pray one way, somebody may pray another way. Some people may pray when they going through trials and tribulations, and some people just feel like, hold on 1 second, when I'm comfortable praying, I'll pray. Or you got people that pray every single day. But that didn't mean nothing that we had to be in competition when it comes to religion. Jealousy and envy was real when someone tried to kick you down and paint you out to be mentally ill because you prayed differently to go within. But you knew how to respect someone's boundary when it comes to their way. And I don't mean narcotics. They be trending off when it comes to space. How chicks and dudes will see at the end of the day you got boundaries. But hold on one second. They said that you got a mental case. They try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, call you stupid son of a bitch and all types of witches when that was never the case, baby. At the end, they being authentic. You know that will bother someone's growth when it comes to their mental, especially a person ain't got no soul, let alone a heart. Hold on one second, we didn't have to get physical. You know, we didn't have to get physical with the devil or the enemy when God was revealing that. Hold on one second. I ain't have to be a crash out because someone was willing for me at the end of the day. Someone was willing for me to dim my light. They couldn't wait. You know how this type of stuff actually happens? When you realize you're in a space at the end of the day, everybody's religion is not the same, but you knew how to respect your neighbor's religion, regardless of how they pray. You may not pray the same as the average person, but you was far from a hater. You knew how to root for folks when they couldn't see. You knew how to root for folks when you didn't have food in your fridge. You knew how to root for folks when, hold on one second, even when you was short on that bill. They would never understand how you maintain the smile when it came to fixing your crown. It was days you understand how. Hold on one second. I wasn't understanding how I was going from go from point A to Z. But God made you see. Hold on one second. You was more than a believer. Hold on one second. We wasn't trying to catch a case to go with it. Now hold on one second. Losing yourself. That comprehension is different. Because there's been so many chapters when it comes to your past. You understood that. Hold on one second. What you overcame in your reflection. Hold on one second. God allowed you to go within and understand that. Hold on one second. God gave you that space to overlook yourself, to allow yourself to see how far you came. They would never understand it wasn't competition. It was just a reflection that you had to understand. Hold on one second. You could hold your own way when you look in the mirror. Hold on a second. Who would have knew at the end of the day, God gave you the proper tools to move forward? They would never understand that. Hold on one second. I wasn't trying to dim my light when they wanted you to have a bad day. You know, because the devil and the enemy will love to see you have a bad day. You know, they will watch your every move, you know, and make you feel at the end of the day that you're not worthy of choosing you. But never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine respect, entertainment purpose only. It's trying to throw for me. You ever been minding your business with the mind your business? You ever had them family members, what the case may be, the ones, you know, who decide to smoke or whatever the case may be? You know, you tell them to get their life together when it comes to certain smoking habits, whatever the case may be. You know, with certain things that, you know, shorten people's life when it comes to certain narcotics or whatever the case may be. You put it in your book. But you ever had that one family member that at the end of the day they decided one to come over, or you decide to go out to a function or whatever the case may be, and you decide to have a smoke or whatever the case may be, and you mind your business, enjoying yourself or whatever case may be, you not trying to be doing too much. Here's the trend on me. Hold on one second. Time out. Hold on. You mean to tell me I gotta walk up them goddamn stairs? I'm going home, stupid. It's the trend on me. You realize you really sound for someone's one-sided ass conversation. I know I love my family and I know I love my people in the day, but it's just certain things y'all just don't do is treat me right, because you could have told me this before I got over here. It's the strength of me. You know how heavy my goddamn body feels, stupid? It's the strength of me. A motherfucker don't be understanding at the end of the day. When you know, you do certain substance, I ain't talking about that hard stuff at the end of the day. But when you mind your business, like, first of all, I'm not ready to work out. Those be the moments when you realize in the day when you start smoking and you under the influence and you're around certain individuals. Like I said, my conscious and entertainment purpose only. You ever realize in the day you started smoking and whatever case may be? I'm about to go to the gym. Happy motherfucker. And the trade on me. You swear at the end of the day you so strong and all types of stuff, and only realize you get to the goddamn gym and you reevaluate your whole train of thought. I had a plan. I gotta recap this again. I need a nap. It's a trade on me. How the hell I get over here anyway? No, it's a trade on me. You done got on the treadmill for about 10-30 minutes. Hold on one second, hold on one second. You barely could breathe. No, it's a trade on me. You don't want to tell nobody that you in between. I need some water. You know, it may not make sense to the average person, but my content is not for everybody. You know, certain individuals say when you smoke weed or whatever the case may be, that you're an addict. I just hit my big toe, stupid. What the fuck wrong with your Yo, dumbass. It's a trait on me. A motherfucker was sweating that you got a problem with today. How I got a problem because I'm minding my goddamn business. I hit my big toe. That don't mean I'm having mommy daddy problems, you weirdo. It's a trait though for me. I just hit my goddamn big toe. A motherfucker would make an assumption and diagnose you and they not even a fucking doctor. Oh. It's the trait though. Imagine a motherfucker that you don't even fucking know. Fuck you, bitch. It's the trait though for me. You ever had chicks and dudes put you in competition? Hold on 1 second. You watch and observe, and at the end, then as soon as you say something, hold on 1 second. They want to throw something at your head. Only because they missed it when it came to that headshot. Hold on 1 second. What happened to the respect? It be the trying to throw for me. How chicks and dudes would throw so much jabs, but they won't even come up to your face at the end of the day. Only while they was really doing an about face. Hold on 1 second, because you truly had potential, but they was their own issue when it came to lack of self-control. Only was the hold on 1 second, they only could dish you. No, that's a trade off for me. What's wrong with these people? How this type of stuff actually happens. How someone will watch you within watch you at the end of the day. They'll be so proud to know at the end of the day, you chose you. But they would never put respect on your name. They will watch you for months at a time, but they can't take God's swag because it was within you at the end of the day. They would never understand how God actually moves in your life at the end of the day. That energy is different when it comes to actually having a conscience. Hold on 1 second, that motivation is different. Always be yourself. You don't have to know somebody for someone to have the mindset of jealousy and envy at the end of the day. Someone can have more than you and will want you not to elevate and prosper in life. They will plot against you all because, hold on 1 second, you were so authentic. And instead of them taking that negative energy and pouring it into themselves, they would rather gather up folks in different tax brackets just to dim your light. How this type of stuff actually happens. And it's more disgusting to see it on people who actually are raising children. Because you wouldn't want that projection to be on your child at the end of the day, regardless to how old they are. Someone bullying them. You know, my content is not for everybody. And not everybody is a parent. But what happened at the end of the day? Hello, common sense and kicking stupid. It's the trade. Don't believe innocent people to fuck alone. Hello. You know, my content is not for everybody. And the same purpose only. No, that's a trade, don't be. You been minding your business with the minding your business on your birthday time or whatever case may be. And you realize, damn, I really don't got no goddamn friends. No, that's a trade, don't be. Guys, send me aside, please. Only to realize the doctor's office just said happy birthday to you. It's a trade off of me. Thank you, doctor. No, it's a trade off me. Only was any other goddamn time in the goddamn week or month in the day. These goddamn people don't want to call your phone. It's the trade off me. Remind me of my goddamn appointment, but you want to say happy birthday. Thank you, I appreciate it. You know, being a popular loner was never for likes and views. They would never understand boundaries. It's different when certain folks saying for you. It be chicks and dudes and competition. The hate be real, all because you didn't want to be mixed up with, hold on 1 second, one-sided conversation. Hold on 1 second, because you have a heart at the end of the day, regardless of what you've been through. You wasn't thinking that you was better than nobody. When they looked at you like the joke at the end of the day, all because, hold on 1 second, you actually knew how to walk away. To understanding boundaries is different when it comes to holding your own way, when it comes to your favorite, regardless of your poverty and pain. It didn't matter if you was on those days where you had a couple of dollars. You ain't know if you was going from point A to Z at the end of the day, but hold on 1 second, you have to pretend to be authentic. No, that's the trait, don't be common sense. Always don't hit the same at the end of the day. How chicks and dudes would gang up with each other at the end of the day just to talk about you. And only was the hold on 1 second. Who was the real issue when it come to hold on 1 second? Someone sleep respecting you. Or because someone didn't have to get physical. You was looking for a reaction when someone didn't have to dim your light. Besides someone pouring into you said they was corny, slow, stupid, retarded. Or because someone knew how to love you at the end of the day when everybody was against you. You feel like, hold on 1 second, the whole world was against you, but you had that one specific person that you could count on any time of the day. It didn't matter to hold on 1 second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. How they was by your side. They was ready to get hold on 1 second. Knuckle up with somebody, whoop their ass. What happened? What's going on? only for you to kick them down when it came to your one-sided lack of love. You didn't have it within you at the end of the day. Talking about someone needed a friend, a sister, a brother at the end of the day, but you wasn't even a bloodline at the end of the day, but they still know how to respect you. Now you have to go with he say, she say, all because, hold on one second, you was doing it for the likes and views, all because someone knew how to stand on their own. When it comes to, hold on one second, you was truly miserable. Oh, Lord, is it trained off for me? What's wrong with people? You know, they say when you're different, of course you're going to be outcast. You know, when you're different, the right people see you. When you're different, never dim your light. And I say that respectfully. You're going to have chicks and dudes don't understand how you love yourself or how you got over certain situations in your life. And because they can't get over certain things in the day or because of things that you experienced in the day, you was by certain people's side and you never try to kick them down, them like hurt them or have malicious just towards them. But they'll make sure that they dim your light. Well, they ain't not in your life anymore. Oh, because hold on one second. God allows you to motivate and elevate. The energy is different. They will never understand how you hold your own weight. Being authentic when you have to fit in. You know, my content is not for everyone. And that's okay. Always be yourself with no misintentions. I'm not your general respect and I'm still healing and I say respectfully. Never give up on yourself when someone's projecting their insecurities on you. Never give up on yourself when a man or a woman or elderly threatens your life when you never have malicious intentions because they decide to take your kindness or weakness. And they threaten your life that nobody's going to hear you. And they threaten your life at the end of the day, they're going to ruin your life. And they're going to make sure at the end of the day that you're homeless, that you're not able to take care of yourself. And they plot against you with multiple people at the end of the day to paint you to be mentally unstable. But you know when God saw everything, that energy is different because never not one time did you give up. Regardless of the day, who was trying to dim your light. Didn't matter your zip code, your county, your country at the end of the day, or your culture. You matter, you're worthy. Never allow someone to tell you that your dreams can't come true regardless to if you're an entrepreneur or not. Never allow someone to tell you that you're not worthy of choosing yourself. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I am not a sex worker and I am not an addict regardless who's trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. I never signed up for someone's one-sided contract. And I say that respectfully. I never signed up for someone to make money off me and to use my documentation to blackmail me against me. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, individuals will monitor your phone calls, will monitor you from the time that you leave out your household, from the time that you come back in your household. And then they would hack your device, your accounts, your emails, monitor your mail, your packages. They would even act like you got them at the end of the day when you never did. They would even have conversations with you when you call customer service at the end of the day. And when you think you're on a phone with customer service because they hacked your devices or they know individuals that work in different departments in the day to blackmail you against you, to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, and even to send spark towards you or energy harvest off your energy. They would even project sport towards individuals that's trying to come to terms with you, to be respectful towards you, or to be in your life or whatever case may be. And they would even try to ruin your life and go to your past when you don't run from your past at the end of the day. When your past is not even in your presence today. How they would try to humiliate you, do humiliation rituals, and make you feel like they're less of a person. Or because they want to control the narrative to get you locked up or put you in a cycle. But when you're that type of person that doesn't run from growth or run from your past, that energy is different. My content is not for everybody. You may not have experienced gang stalking. You may not have experienced a hate crime before. And I don't wish this type of stuff on anybody. But your voice does matter. And if you ever experience gang stalking or dealing with hate crime or domestic violence, your voice does matter. It doesn't matter about your sexual orientation, your disability, your age, or your religion. I say that respectfully. Because healing trauma and pain, and especially childhood trauma going into adulthood, it's not an overnight process when it comes to healing. Individual will put you in competition. They could be older than you. No, that's the truth of you weird dog. You a weird son of a... It's true. Individuals could be older than you, putting you in competition at the end of the day, trying to outdo you better than you, when it was never competition when it comes to growth. Because as an individual, you grow every single day, especially when it's authentic. It wasn't about, oh, I'm outdo someone's trauma better than them. I'm going to outdo somebody better than them. I'm going to act like I'm better than them. Because doing the inner healing at the end of the day, Can nobody ever walk in your shoes, regardless of how long they observed you? At the end of the day, they would never be able to walk a day in your shoes when it comes to you choosing to heal and what you ignore when it comes to why you have to heal. My content is not for everybody. I work alone when it comes to my creativity, regardless of what couple, what elderly, adult, one man or woman or a child is trying to blackmail me against me. Because when it comes to my creativity, I always worked alone since day one. And I say that respectfully. Never feel wrong for expressing yourself to the wrong person, and especially the one that's willing to blackmail you or bring harm towards you. And you never had the mindset of bringing harm towards them, or never had the mindset of projecting sport towards them, or even sending them the evil lie, or have malicious intentions to project witchcraft or whatever the case, voodoo towards them. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. But that's how they saw you at the end of the day. Never give up on yourself when God is protecting you for the right reasons. You know, it was God's protection because God allows you to understand why you believe in faith. You know, individuals say that God is not real, especially the ones who send you spell work, the ones who send chaos, confusion, and monitor your every move, like monitoring spirits, or monitor every time you walk out your household. Where's your God at now? When they trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, and financially, where's your God at now? Or when they trying to make you homeless, or they trying to make sure that you don't elevate and prosper, and like, where's your God at now? You walk by faith, not fear. They would never understand we all don't operate the same. It's not a crime to be authentic. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. It's not. I was never in competition with my neighbor, regardless if you have more than me or not at the end of the day. I know how to give respect when it's due, and I know how to give flowers when it's due at the end of the day. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. They sneak dish you with malicious intentions. They wanted you to grab a tissue only because you was far from the issue. Having a heart on your sleeve, they would never understand. At the end of the day, God's flow is different when it comes to having faith. Hold on one second. They wanted to paint you out to be mentally unstable, but God was keeping it real and God was elevates you. Understand? Hold on one second. It was in competition. They would never understand how real you are at the end of the day. You didn't have to be somebody you truly wasn't. Hold on one second. When God gave you a conscience to motivate yourself on a different level, hold on one second. When you fall from a head, don't dim your light, neighbor, neighbor. You say you whack in your corner, you a nobody. Hold on one second, neighbor, 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 neighbor. I was far from a hater. Why would I want to reject myself, neighbor? How this type of stuff actually happens. You chose you not to dim your light. It didn't matter how far you came at the end of the day. Because when you look back, it was your worth. Understanding your growth is different. Motivation, they can't relate to. How you hold your own weight when it comes to self-love. You didn't abuse you because you went within. You know, my content is not for everybody. Never give up on yourself because someone gives up on you or overlooks you or even looks at you like competition. I would never hurt myself regardless of what man, woman, elderly, or child, man, woman, or couple is threatening my life. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to be authentic, and I say that respectfully. Now, ever trade off of me? You ever had a mother that wear wigs? No, ever trade off of me? Hold on one second. You ever had that mother that wear a wig on KCB? And you minding your with the mind of your business, and you on the phone or whatever case may be. This fool decided to say, I'm about to go to the store. Y'all need something? No, we don't. But you ain't going no goddamn way looking like that, stupid. It's the trick on me. I'm not about to put my good wig on and go to no goddamn store. Well, you need to change your outfit. You need to do something because you don't look right. I don't. No, you don't. No, for real, for real. It's one thing putting a wig on, but when you if that was me, you playing these verse psychology mind games, then you'd be like, you know what, I hear you. No, that's trained on me. You don't want me going outside looking one goddamn way, so why the hell you gonna do it? But I'm the parent. No, that's trained on me. Don't do that, stupid. It's trained on me. This fool decided to go outside. I think you was right. Wow, what happened? Oh my God. What happened? This fool took my clip and put lip gloss on the life and saved my goddamn life. I should have ran back in the house when you told me to. I told him to take that goddamn wig off. That's the store wig. No, 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 no. That's the wig that you wear when you having a rainy day. No, when it's literally raining outside, because that's the only thing that you see for the escape. No, the tray though, when you got no umbrella around. No, the tray though, it's gonna hold rain down on you. The tray though, this fool gonna say, damn, is it that bad? Yeah, it's time to get rid of that wig too. No, the trade over me, and I'm not sitting with you when it comes to time to go change it either. The trade over me because hold on 1 second, nobody would have wig day. No, it's wig confession day. You know, because when you go to the store with certain people and they deal with wigs, wig confession day means every wig has a name and they gotta confess to it. No, it's a trade on me. This one is called Cherry. Who the fuck is Cherry? Blue Haze. What the fuck you got going on? It's a trade on me. Y'all be doing way too much. I'm Naya, Genius of Respect, and my content is not for everyone. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. You are my sunshine. I'm far from a hater. Miracle, don't dim your light, neighbor. G-O-D, got your back. Catch your blessings. F-A-I-T. You ready, you worthy. Don't dim your light. Don't let them... Are you? Uh-oh. No. You heard that? It was my stomach talking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on 1 second. You are my sunshine. You are worthy. Doesn't your like neighbor. They gonna hate on you, but you are worthy. Catch a miracle. You are the blessings. Don't dim your light when you fall from the head. You matter. You are worthy. Catch your blessings. Don't dim your light. I love myself. I ain't trying to dim my light. I'm catching this testimony. This next chapter's gonna hit different. I'm gonna be my biggest cheerleader. Naya, you got me? Yeah, I got you. Go Naya! Go Naya! Go to the junior ones. Don't give up on yourself. They gonna be jealous. They gonna be hating. They gonna be doing all that. But never give up on yourself. Be yourself if you're an entrepreneur or not. Never let someone dim your light. Naya's still healing. Keep the evil eye over there, weirdo. Gotta go. Stop the evil, crazy stuff. Hello, someone not for you. Keep it pushing. Gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, Genius Love Spot. People pick and choose who could talk about spirituality, healing, trauma, and pain, narcotics, violence, drama. You put a name in your book. Never allow someone to dim your light when it comes to choosing yourself at the end of the day. And especially when you're authentic, when you fall from a copycat. And you know how to put respect on your neighbor's name regardless to what circumstances you're going through in life. When you fall from a hater, that energy is different. We all don't pray to the same God. My tracked on, but you know when God says the right people to your life, and I don't mean no disrespect, they act their body way. Regardless to having poverty and pain at the end of the day. They not trying to outdo you with their trauma. They not trying to compare trauma at the end of the day. They trying to elevate and become their best self vision of themselves. They don't look at you like competition, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Because when they walk into like they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. You know, gang stalking is real. Individuals will tamper with your phones, hack your devices, your accounts, your emails at the end of the day, and then paint you to be mentally unstable. I would never hurt myself, and I say respectfully, regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me. Never give up on yourself. When God sends the right people into your life, they don't gang stalk you. They don't send you the evil eye. And they don't have malicious intentions towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Because when they genuinely not for you, regardless of their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, age, they keep it pushing. Hello, we are all not the same. Hello. My content is not for everybody. And it doesn't matter how old they are. Because everybody's not the same when it comes to having jealousy and envy, insecurity, problems at the end of the day. When it comes to if someone came with poverty or pain or not. My content is not for everybody. And regardless of who's threatening my life right now, I would never hurt myself. And I'm far from a crash out. You know, individuals will prey on your downfall, but never allow yourself to dim your light. And regardless who's trying to blackmail me against me, I would never hurt myself. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. And I say that respectfully. Gang stalking is real. You don't have to know your neighbor in any tax bracket for them to blackmail you, disrespect you, have malicious intentions, Individuals will take your kindness or weakness, and then as soon as you speak up for yourself, you're wrong. They want to ruin your life. They want to rob you of your finances. They want to rob you of your own beauty. They want to project insecurities on you. They want to send you to evil eye, send you spell send a hate group towards you. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding how this type of stuff actually happens. When it comes to you choosing yourself and stepping out on faith. And when you step out on faith sometimes, you're going to have folks who don't even have to know. That's going to want to dim your light. That's going to have problems with themselves and they fighting their own air. Grasping for their own air to breathe. Fighting the air. All because, hold on one second, you decide to say, I'm choosing my boundaries. I know how to say thank you, no thank you. I don't gotta have no problems towards my neighbor at the end of the day. I don't gotta put my hands on somebody to make a valid point. I don't gotta project spell work or send someone an evil eye or go to that witch, that warlock, that practitioner, or any neighbor at the end of the day in any tax bracket to project chaos and confusion or to rob somebody from their finances or whatever the case may be. How this type of stuff actually happens in an individual's life. All because you decide to step on our faith. Individuals will monitor your devices, your accounts, your emails. Real individuals, they don't got time for that weird, stupid shit. Hello, what the fuck wrong with you? Hello, have a good day. Nah. We don't do all of that. We'll recognize you real. Hold on 1 second. I'm far from my head. I didn't have to compete with you, neighbor. Hold on. I was trying to change myself. I'm Naya, Gino Lover Spot. I would never hurt myself regardless who's gang stalking me. And I say that respectfully. Always be yourself, my intentions. When God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intentions. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. And I say respectfully, I never gave nobody permission to hack my device and my accounts and monitor my every moves, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless who's behind the scenes in control of my numbers or whatever the case may be, or who's monitoring my everyday activities. I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully, regardless to what tax bracket you in. I walk these streets alone and I do not live in fear and I would never hurt myself. You know, individuals will laugh at your pain. Individuals will laugh at you for speaking up for yourself. But always remember at the end of the day, when you chose faith, you prayed to go within, they would never understand. Motivation is different. Why you love yourself the most healthiest way. You matter, you're worthy. When the right people see you, they hear you, they respect you, and they ain't got malicious intentions. It's train of thought for me. Always be yourself. When God sends right people into your life, they see you, they hate, they respect you. It was never competition. Hey, respect my neighbor, no malicious intentions. Fall from a hater. Hold on 1 second. Don't dim your light, neighbor. We ain't the same. I'm far from a hater. Neighbor, we ain't the same. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter and worthy. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I get on YouTube every night to go live at 10:15 p.m. Always be yourself, my sentence. I work alone when it comes to my creativity. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, individuals act like they had a conversation with you. Individuals will act like they know you for years and months at a time, or because I came in crossing and passing the day. Will tell people that they know you for years and they passed the conversation off or whatever case may be to you, or someone trying to help you, whatever case may be, or someone trying to relay the message. They don't know you, and they never even had a conversation with you. All because, hold on 1 second, someone wants to ruin your image. Someone wants to ruin your life. Someone wants to paint you out to be, at the end of the day, mentally unstable, slow, stupid, and retarded. You'd be so surprised. Or someone wants to paint you out to be an addict or a sex worker. Or someone wants to control the narrative of who you are at the end of the day. How this type of stuff actually happens in folks' households. It may not be happening in your household, but it's happening in someone's household that's dealing with gang stalking, that's dealing with jealousy and envy, insecurity people. It doesn't matter how old someone is at the end of the day. My content is not for everybody. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. I love to talk about love. Love is real, love is one of a kind. It was more so, hold on 1 second. You know, that jealousy, that competition wasn't part of your vocabulary when it comes to God's distractions. God's directions, when it comes to God's distractions. That energy is different when it comes to your conscience. Someone's trying to shortchange you mentally. Regardless, someone got lost in their words. It wasn't competition, let alone a having hand problem, project. Hold on 1 second. They just wanted to bring peace into your life, not mislead you with game. The energy is different, being on the same page. Someone sees you, hears you, respects you. Someone shows the end of their motivation is different. You got the right person by your side, allowing you to smile, to maintain at the end of the day, to fix your crown. Who would have knew someone really truly genuinely prayed for you? It wasn't for likes. If you use a cloud chasing or fame to make you uncomfortable, someone trying to project insecurities on you. Someone knew how to protect your heart, even when folks was trying to dim you, like, discourage you. When the outside world saying you spoke in a toxic way, giving you the evil eye, who would have knew at the end of the day? God's divine time is different when someone who show you that, hold on 1 second, true love was just a mile away. It didn't matter what zip code or county y'all was in. Someone who has your heart, who would have knew, allows you to go within. Someone pouring into you, good day, bad day, got you playing on your toes while you're on the phone. At the end of the day, only hold on 1 second. Someone who got you crushing. Let's trade on me. I gotta go. You gained the love of business partner. Everybody's walk of life is not the same. But who would have knew that true love wasn't competition at the end of the day? When someone truly showed you that true love could bring you balance. When it comes, hold on 1 second, be on the same page, not the run game. When the right person walks into your life, they wasn't doing it for your pockets. It's like at your thought process, you're freeing your pockets, your eyesight. And they didn't have to project forward to get your time and day. They didn't have to project lust in a toxic way at the end of the day. Someone actually saw you, heard you, respect you. They was trying to have their cake and eat it too. Besides, hold on 1 second, not to mislead you. Someone's trying to fumble you. Someone's trying to remind you of your past and that you wasn't running from. But someone who showed you I was okay to heal. Only was to hold on 1 second. You was right in the right place at the right time. When the right person actually knew, hold on 1 second, how to maintain your smile. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. True love is not complicated. Because when the right person walks into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They say fairy tales not real. But when the right person walks into your life, ain't nobody got time to be arguing and fighting with your stupid ass. I gotta go. Always be yourself, and I say respectfully. Protect your energy, protecting your family. Stop the violence, stay out of trouble, humanity worthy. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I walk these streets alone. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. With my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God, I may not be entertaining to the average person, but it's not a crime to be authentic. Practice makes perfect when it starts to go within. Becoming your best self, version of yourself, never allow someone to dim your life. You understand even exchange, hold on 1 second. Turning pain, hold on 1 second. Into self-love. They would never understand balance is different. Healing, charm, pain was never erased, but you were willing to choose you. To the genuine ones who knew how to go within. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Never go put yourself because someone did not love you, respect you, protect you, or meet you halfway. Humanity worthy. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. What about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. What about you? Stop the violence in the community. I gotta go. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and today is currently December 3rd, 2005, and it's currently 11:01 p.m. I would never hurt myself regardless of what man or woman or child or elderly or couple is threatening my life, and I say respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everybody. I'm still healing at the end of the day, and I'm far from a catfish, and I'm far from a hater. Always be yourself. Naya, genuine respect. I got it.